Hello again, everybody. I'm sure you all missed me. Actually, not just that. I miss all of you. But let's do some notes while I'm sitting here by myself in my living room. So, last section of this whole semester of geometry has to do with probability. To do probability, we need to first think about how do we count things, because probability is going to need that, basically. So, first thing you need to know is on a calculator, there's this button here. How you say that is 3 factorial. And that's basically something that's going to help you learn how to count and something that you can use. What is a factorial? I'm sure somebody asked. Like, I don't know. Deshina. She asked about it. What a factorial means is you multiply the number by every number before it. Until 1. So literally, you're just multiplying. So 3 factorial equals 3 times 2 times 1. You can put the 1 there if you want. You don't have to because, anything times 1 is itself. So 3 factorial simply is 6. If I asked you what is 8 factorial, that would be whatever 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 equals 2, which is 40,320. I apologize. I went to go grab my calculator and I just spent about 20 minutes looking for it, and I have no clue where that is. So when I find it, I'll do another little video showing you what buttons you can push in a calculator. But just so you know, on a calculator, on one of those blue ones that we have, if you go to PRB, that button, and then it's going to have a list of 3 things. The last one, I believe, being that factorial symbol. So for 8 factorial, if you pushed 8, PRB, and then you went over twice to factorial, that should get you 40,320. So again, I will find my calculator at some point, or I'll drive all the way to school to get one. Sometimes, and this isn't going to happen very often with what we're doing, but I just think it's fun anyway. You might get something that asks you to and this mostly happens if you have to do this by hand. I don't know if you heard that beeping. That was my kitchen timer going off. Something like 5 factorial. So if you're doing this by hand, right, it's just 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 divided by 5 times 4 times 3 times 2. So when you're doing this by hand, the nice thing is that, things that are the same on top and bottom, they cancel out. So you can literally just go, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. All I need to know is what is 8 times 7 times 6. Which is, just so you know, 336. You're free to use a calculator too. Usually I would give people extra credit if they did it by hand. Just make sure when you divide, you use your parentheses. Or else sometimes things can go wrong. Okay, now let's actually count some stuff, huh? So basically all we're doing today is multiplying. As you can see, all this factorial stuff, it's all just multiplying. So if I asked you a question like, I have 2 shirts, 3 pants, 2 hats, how many outfits? I'm going to show you the long way of doing this just so you can kind of see what's going on. Bum, 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 bum. But this isn't the way I would do it normally. So really, if you think about it, this is me. Right? And I wake up and I'm like, I have 2 different shirts I can wear, right? Shirt A, shirt B. Once I've picked a shirt, I have 3 different pairs of pants that I could wear. So I could wear pants C, D, E. If I chose shirt A, I can still choose E, D, C, right? Like those are all different pairs of pants I can wear. Now, once I've chosen a pair of pants I can wear, how many hats do I have? F, G, F, G, F, G. Same thing on this side. G, F, G, F, G. So, the question of how many different outfits can I have, you just gotta count basically how many branches there are at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 total outfits, basically. And it just branches out like that. Of course, if I gave you bigger numbers, it would be almost impossible for you to write down all those branches. Plus, it takes a lot of time. So when they're talking about how many ways can you do something, I like to think of it as spaces, right? How many options do you have for your first thing, which is shirts? 2. How many things for your second? 3. How many things for your last? 2. And you just multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. And you're done. And I'm going to give you a bunch of different questions basically like that. So I can ask you if you have a 4-digit iPhone password, which most of them are 6 now, how many ways? So I always think of it as 1, 2, 3, 4. And then how many things? If you think about it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. That's 10. So it's 10 different digits you can choose. You're allowed to repeat. You could just have 0, 0, 0, 0, 10, 10, 10. 10 times 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. So there are 10,000 different 4-digit iPhone passwords. Then I could also ask you without repeats. So let's say you didn't want any number to be the same. So it's basically the same steps. There's still 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 different things, options. But now you've used one of those options already. So next one, there's only 9 numbers you can use. Next one, you've already used 2 numbers. There's 8. Last one, 7. So you'd have to do 10 times 9 times 8 times 7. Which is 5,040. So really, if you don't repeat any number, you're cutting the amount of passwords you can have in half. So just remember, in these spaces, are your options. Lastly, so just be careful if it talks about repeating, no repeats because that can change things. I can also say something like, how many ways can I choose? If I wanted a vice president, and a treasurer from 18 kids, right? So let's say we have a class of 18. I want to be, hey, we need a president, vice president, treasurer. So there's 3 different spots, right? The question is, how many people can I choose from for the first one? There's 18, right? People can't be president and vice president, so one person's gone, 17 people left. Lastly, 16 because 2 people have been used. $4,896. So when you're counting, when there's probability, when there's factorials, you just multiply them out. You can use a calculator to do that, or you can do it by hand. When I'm asking you like how many ways can I do something, you're drawing how many different options there are. So shirts, pants, hats. First digit, second digit, third digit, fourth digit, and then here you're just putting the total options, and then you're multiplying. And that is it.